Oh no, she's done art, man. Great. We're back with another boxing conversation. I know it's been a long time coming. Cause I stay busy, man. I got a lot of shit going on. I'm a family man and all that shit. There's a lot I wanted to talk about today, but I'm gonna just wait till everybody get in here first. Yeah, that's about to talk about, man. I wanted to chop it up on everybody's favorite Shakur Clout Chasing Stevenson. And, hold on. Yeah, man. Anyways, look, Shakur Stevenson, man, he been out here doing the most wildest shit, man. For the past couple months, man, he's been going on the anti-Devin Haney campaign. He's been out here. He's been out here fucking capping for the gram, capping for anybody who let him cap on a platform. And a lot of folks are calling that shit out. They're like, man, you used to be our favorite fighter. Why are you doing all this funny style shit? It's hard to get behind a nigga that's doing all this funny style shit. And I understand because it's like, dog, you can rock with somebody in the ring, but if they talking crazy shit outside of the ring, it has to be addressed. But anyways, so yeah, man, they just a lot of folks they got this attitude towards Devin Haney where they feel like he's less deserving or he don't deserve to be in the spot that he's in. Or whatever. And I'm like, shit. If you don't like the fact that he's in this position, just go ahead and beat him. Oh wait, they can't beat him. They can't beat him, so they hate it from the outside. But a lot of shit been going on, man. Everybody's been going at it. One thing they've been going at it for sure is Ellie. Ellie setback in the Haney's, man. Setback is a fucking racist motherfucking Jewish man. He definitely is. And it's not even no hiding about it now. Now y'all know. Ain't no hiding it. We all know that Ellie is a racist man. Because what he does is kind of like what DJ Vlad does. But in a way, he does something a little different. Um, what he does is he'll interview all these black fighters. Then he'll pick and choose which one he's rocking with, and then he'll try to pin them against each other, man. Shout out to my dude, Mr. Shelton, LDBC or nothing, dog. Yeah, man. Shit just crazy. Because it's like, how are you going to hate on black fighters while interviewing them? Imagine me doing a podcast or me just interviewing a whole bunch of Mexican fighters, right? Just whole bunch of Mexican fighters. And then when something, happens to something negative happens to Mexican people, I'm siding with the people that cause that negative shit towards the Mexican people while making money off of Mexicans. Imagine if I did some shit like that. That's exactly what motherfucking Ellie Setback is doing. And I'm so glad that people calling him out for his bullshit. Cause I've been calling him out. I've been saying dog's a fucking scam artist. Dog's been out here trying to finesse black folks for the longest. I remember posting that shit on my Twitter like a while ago, and people were like, why are you talking about Ellie like that? What did Ellie do? And I'm like, man, you gotta peep this motherfucker and see what he's doing, dog. But I'm glad folks is speaking out on it, man. Definitely. It's like the world against Devin Haney, man. Really. It's like, how can y'all hate on the young boy? He say he's doing what y'all say y'all claim y'all want y'all favorite fighters doing, which is fighting the best, trying to fight the best, become undisputed, go up in weight classes, you know what I'm saying? Fight champions. I don't see how you can hate on a nigga like that. But instead of praising a nigga like that, these niggas out here praising motherfucking Teofimo Lopez, bro. As if he's a real nigga compared to Haney, bro, and Tank. I'm like, not even Tank, I'm talking about just Haney. Because when you talking about somebody that's achieving goals and getting all these accolades, it's definitely Devin Haney. So the fact that you got Teofimo Lopez up here as if he's anything comparable to this guy is crazy. Like my young bull, I'm just calling him KV. Young bull KV, he talking about some uh Teofimo Lopez will beat Tank and Haney. I'm like, dog, I get triangle theories don't work, but as a boxing fan and as somebody who understands the sport of boxing, you can clearly look at Teofimo Lopez's skill set and look at Gervonta Davis and Haney's skill set and just see that, man, maybe this guy is not up to par with these two because look how he got. Just look at the Teofimo Lopez versus Campos's fight. That shit was very telling. It was very telling, dog. If Campos's jab was able to hurt and confuse Teofimo Lopez, what do you think Haney's jab gonna do? Teofimo Lopez is a counter puncher. Devin Haney can literally just jab him the entire fight and win on points. He is not active enough to win a fight against a nigga like Devin Haney. Y'all best bet is to say he knocks out Haney. But guess what? Cambosa sat there and took what's his name? Tio's best punches. And guess what? That motherfucker was still standing. Still standing. Still standing looking at this nigga. And you talking about a guy who he didn't get his get back yet, dog. Fam, look, he still has that L to George Cambosos on this record, untouched. He hasn't fixed that shit. He hasn't went back and said, you know what, I'm gonna redeem myself. Yeah, he talking all this. We want Cambosos shit now, nigga. That's like 2 years late. Didn't that fight happen like down there 2 years ago? Talking about I want my rematch now, nigga. You should have did that shit immediately when Cambosos wanted it. Immediately. Man, shit's crazy. But so I can't wait to hear Setback accuse Haney when he watched. Oh my god, excuses when he watches Regis. Yeah, bitch ass nigga. Man, for those who don't know, matter of fact, let me play the clip for those who don't know what we're talking about when it comes to Ellie Setback. Ellie Setback was in some gym. A couple of my people said they know this gym. They actually been to this gym, but a couple people, no, but Setback, he went to this gym to interview some fighters and coaches. And man, the bias is real, dog. You can't even fucking, you can't even get past the bias and answer this question objectively because it's like he sets it up where he wants his people to criticize Devin, but they ain't going, man. Listen to this. Haney, and that was true early in concept. Early in camp for him, but he's very efficient at what he does, and I feel like that's what a lot of people underestimate about him. Like he's like, okay, yes, okay, he doesn't punch the hardest, but what he does really well.
good things, good movie. Like what impressed you? Or I think Haney wins for sure. No.
Damn, that's the wrong clip. Let me find out the wrong clip went viral. But that's just a piece of what he was saying. Let me go to my notifications. I don't know why that shit don't want to show me my whole page. What the fuck?
Actually, lost a little bit. No, he did not. Or I think Haney wins for sure. No, he's not knocking him out, but I think Haney's.
Yeah.
The other day, a funny story. So some fan posted a picture of Tank with a new haircut. You know what I'm talking about?
No, he don't know what you're talking about.
And then some other fan commented on it, watched Devin have the same hairstyle in a couple of days, and Shakur said, true story. Because they always say he copies Tank and everything. What was it like this for him? Were you able to take advantage of anything? Were you able to land on him? Well, I got some shots. I would say one thing with
Dog didn't even know how to respond to that shit because he's like, bro, what the hell are you even talking about? Look at this shit. Hold up.
Watch Devin have the same hairstyle in a couple of days, and Shakur said, true story. Because they always say he copies Tank and everything. What was it like this for him? Were you able to take advantage of anything? Were you able to land on him?
He's like, bro, like, I don't know what to fucking say to that shit. What are you talking about? His fucking haircut. Dog, what are you talking about?
I got some shots. I would say one thing with Haney, and then that was too early in camp, so that was early in camp for him. But he's very efficient at what he does, and I feel like that's what a lot of people underestimate about him. Like okay, yeah, so what? He doesn't punch the hardest, but what he does really well. He boxes well. He does it consistently. Does he have good feints? Good feints? Good feints. Good movie. Like what impressed you, Gary? Or I think Haney wins.
It's crazy because Ellie, he's cutting the dude off, and he's the man who sparred Devin Haney. He's trying to explain, like, yo, Devin Haney, he's really that guy. Like, he really can box. Folks talking about his power, it doesn't matter because he's doing this and he's doing that. And every time he's trying to say something, Ellie's cutting him off. All right, my bad. Yeah, but anyway, dude, just funny. He's just a funny dude, man. Like instead of just keeping 1,000, he out here faking the funk, trying to get fighters to hate on Devin Haney. Like who does that? Who does that, man? And then, but I'm glad everybody's calling that shit out. Everybody's like, dog, I can't rock with this guy, and he deserved that. He deserved all that. Yeah, straight up. But, oh, I'm looking for my lighter. Oh, there it go. There it go. Yeah, man, she's just crazy. But yeah. One thing for sure though, Devin Haney's name's starting to become more popular in the sport of boxing. And you know what name is not becoming popular when it comes to ticket sales? Man, Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Um, Speaking of your man Shakur Stevenson, a lot of shit been going on, man, with that guy. And folks think that Art Man's just a Shakur Stevenson hater dog. It's not even like that, man. I tried I tried to rock with the dude, but what he says in the media and interview, it's just crazy, man. But y'all remember how he turned down a 25% deal to fight for undisputed against Devin Haney? You know how we all said, well, or a lot of folks said he turned it down because he knows his worth. He's a single independent mother who don't need no man. He knows his fucking worth. All that shit, right? So all that shit. After all that, he's fighting on Thursday against De Los Santos. Yes, De Los Santos. For those who don't know who that is, I barely know who that is my damn self. Literally only seen him fight once. Good fighter though. Good fighter from what I've seen, but not good enough to put asses in seats. Man, oh man. And we gotta speak on it. We gotta speak on it, man. He's good, but not good enough to put asses in seats. The fight isn't selling, dog. I don't know what's wrong with ESPN Top Rank. Whose idea was it to put the fight on the Thursday night? But a lot of fans are looking for themselves, and they're looking at Ticketmaster and the T-Mobile Arena ticket sales, and they're saying it's looking for themselves and saying that, man, wait, Shakur maybe isn't that draw that we thought he was, because the tickets ain't selling. Why is that? Why is the tickets not selling? Why is the tickets not selling? I thought Shakur was the next Sugar Ray Leonard, next Sweet Pea Whitaker, next Floyd Mayweather Jr., next Muhammad Ali. Bro, if you saying all of that about the guy and his tickets not selling, what does that tell you? That maybe he got to switch things up. Because the De La Santa Cruz is a nobody. But Shakur is somebody. He could at least get a couple fans up in there. So they just be talking about skills, not draw. And that's why we got to separate the two. And that's why when folks said, Devin Haney offering uh Shakur Stevenson 25%, it's not that bad. when folks said that, it shouldn't have been a problem. It shouldn't be a problem because now it's looking like that 25% was a little bit too generous. Man, man, oh man, I know they're gonna hate that one. I know they're gonna hate that one, but look, it's the truth. It's looking like that 25% is something that was a little bit too generous because, dog, Shakur Stevenson, he can't even sell 25% of his fight. Like, make it make sense. And I'm trying not to sound like a hater or anything like that. But it's like, dog, you can't be out here asking for 25% and you can't even sell 25% of your own shit, dog. Like, man. And then, you know what's making it worse, in my opinion? Instead of him having back and forth exchanges with Santos, this motherfucker's having back and forth exchanges with Devin Haney, dog. And Devin Haney got his own fight that's doing numbers already. Like, man, so what is this, Shakur? You just the whole promotion with the fight is just that you just expect to just show up on Thursday night and Santos gonna be there and y'all just gonna scrap and there's gonna be a gang of motherfuckers here. Nah, you gotta promote the fight. And him doing all this, well, Devin Haney said, and Devin Haney did that. Doing that shit ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's gonna get you nowhere, my G. And man, they clowning you right now. What Red said? They should see they clowning you at work right now. They clowning you. They got you on film stealing boxes. Nah, nah. They got Shakur. Hold on. They got Shakur on film looking crazy. Man, oh man, I love it though. I love this boxing shit because it's funny. It's like it's starting to become like a reality TV show or something. Like we finding out niggas is sending out fucking bottle service with signs. Find that says sign the contract. We finding out that that's all performative because there's no fucking real contract behind it. And then when the real contract gets sent out, he talking about nah. I know my worth. That's why I'm fighting Dallas Santos on Thursday. Nigga, you can't make this shit up. Fuck, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up, dog. This shit is too funny, bro. This shit is too funny, dog. But I want the best for Shakur. I just want him to cut all this hating shit out, dog. Just cut that hating shit out. Just cut it out, bro. Maybe you can get your fans. Just apologize and say, you know what? I was wrong. I should have took the 25%. I was just trying to look. That's how he got to play it out. He just got to be like, yo, I was wrong. I should have took the 25%. You know, I was just trying to weigh out my options. He got to spin it like that. Bro, 25% was fair. 25% was fair. 25% is fair. You want to know why it's fair? Because look at what's going on right now. Literally right now. Nigga, they selling Shakur Stevenson tickets. They don't even have a graphic of the Shakur Stevenson versus Santos up. They got some random UFC niggas fighting talking about, do you want to buy these boxing tickets? Some sites don't even got that nigga name on it. It just say top ranked boxing event. Like, dog, what the fuck? Man. Shout out to my people in the chat, man. We out here, dog. We out here. Shakur Stevenson is fight not selling, bro. That's just nuts, man, because it's like, how can you talk all this crazy shit online and your people not even trying to back you up? You got people dying hard backing you up, but these niggas not going there and buying no tickets, dog. What are we talking about, man? They not buying no tickets. Niggas ain't saying, hey, our man, can you please make a Della Santos versus Shakur Stevenson fight illustration? Nobody's saying that shit. Nobody's saying, hey, our man, I'm willing to pay you some good money to draw this Santos versus Shakur Stevenson fight. They ain't saying that shit. But you know what they telling me? I want 3 of those Battle of the Bay hoodies. One for me, one for my kid, one for my wife. That's what they telling me. And I'm sending that shit to the post office. You know why? Because they like that fight. They like a Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis, dog. Because they understand. Champion versus champion. Or Devin's moving up the weight class to fight a good champion. You know what I'm saying? If Devin ain't doing every interview talking about what Shakur did, they asked him about that 25% and he moved on. My fight's in the Bay. Check it out. Tickets being sold. But Shakur, every interview, they be like, man, it's the first question. They be like, oh, so, tell us what your name, where you from? Oh, my name's Shakur Stevenson. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Now, what about Devin Haney? What you think about Devin Haney? Go to that nigga interview. That'd be the main question. What you think about Devin Haney? Nigga, and then I was watching some interview. Right? And a nigga asks, he said, so Ella Dunce on the Roofs. I don't even know who that is. And Shakur had to explain to the people who that was. Like, when you gotta explain to the people who you fighting, it's always bad. I mean, he's a good fighter. What you mean he's a good fighter? Is he better than you? Nah. What you fighting him for? Because I ain't want to take that. I ain't want to take 25% in an undisputed fight for all fucking belts against a weight drain champion. You already know Arrow ain't giving him 25%. So who you think take fighting? He fight somebody by the last name of Cruz, Lopez, Garcia, motherfucking Benavidez, Espinoza. He fighting somebody with that last name. He ain't fighting the Williams, the Johnsons, the fucking Martins, the motherfucking Haneys of the world. And I like Tank, but damn nigga, like, my nigga, you been on this motherfucking Mexico tour for a minute. Like, Jesus Christ, we get it. Oh, Floyd Mayweather, he made a career fight, man. Nigga, he fought Mexicans later in his career, but he still mixed it up, nigga. Even though he was sprinkling a little Haitian there, Roberto, he was sprinkling a little motherfucking Chop Chop Corley, you know what I'm saying, FBA, all that. He was sprinkling a little that Zab Judah FBA. You know what I'm saying? He got FBA scalps, nigga. And then you got Devin Haney, who about to fight an FBA. Even though Regis is light skinned as fuck, he FBA from the boot, Louisiana. And them niggas don't play over there. So he got his FBA. He got his FBA fucking opponent coming up. Nigga, I've never seen Tank in the same ring with somebody who got the same complexion as him. I don't think Devin want to actually fight at 135 or campaign there anymore. He should just stay at 140. No more weight, train shit. Nah, real shit. As a Devin Haney fan, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think he beats Gervonta Davis at 135. And I think a fight with him versus Shakur at 135 is going to be hard. It's not because of skill, simply because of weight. Devin Haney is taller than me, right? And I'm not saying I'm a world-class athlete. But I'm just saying, as a grown-ass man, I'm 160. It is hard as fuck for me to make it past anything past 156, 154. Like, after that, I feel like, what, nigga, you can push me over. You can go like this, tap me, and I'll fucking fall over. I remember I was sick, and I dropped down all the way to like 155, 154. Nigga, I felt like the weakest person on earth. So I'm like, if this big ass nigga, and I was thinking to myself, like, did these big ass niggas be dropping down to 135 from 160? Hell no. That's just crazy. What you think about that Charlo Benavidez? Oh my god, I love that shit. I love that shit. What they say? I live for this shit. I love the hustle. I love the game. I love when boxers talk trash talk like that, and I love when they throw a little racial undertones in it too. I love that shit. You know why? Because it makes a great fight, man. Once everybody realized that boxing is about race, nationality, and pride, I feel like we'll go a little bit further. I love that energy from Charlo and Benavidez. Even though Benavidez need to work on his trash talking, I still loved it because Benavidez was talking that shit, and then Charlo told that nigga, he said, "Man, nigga, you can't even walk on the same block you got fucking popped on, nigga. They popped your stupid ass." Shot you in your motherfucking leg, nigga. You can't even walk on the same block they shot your stupid ass on. If that ain't some nigga shit right there, I don't know what is, bro. That definitely is, because it's like, bro, that was just out of pocket. But it's funny though, even though it's a real situation, he could have lost his life. But nigga, you survived, so you still here, nigga. We go joke about it, nigga. You can't walk with the same block you got shot on, nigga. Them niggas ran you out the block. The Mexican boys at AZ, they not playing. They not playing over there in AZ. I heard, I got a cousin who live out there. He said them niggas would not be playing out there. But Trump, he got to go at it, man. It's been a minute, but I like that. He got that fire. He got that same fire that he had when he fought J Rock. You know, remember Charlo was the villain fighting J Rock because after the fight, you know how they try to shake hands to make fighters shake hands and shit. Charlo was like, "Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. That nigga called me a bitch. He called me da da da. I knocked this punk ass out. I ain't shaking hands. Fuck all that." They was booing him, all types of shit, man. That I like that type of Charlo because that nigga is ruthless. Ruthless. In boxing, you gotta have that killer mentality though. Honestly. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. If I was a boxer, I would not be a friendly ass nigga. I'll probably get blackballed. But probably not because people would have paid to see me lose. You gotta have that killer mentality. That fuck you, fuck where you coming from. We can't be friends, nigga. I'm tough, hard all the time. You know why? Because nigga, it's either killed or be killed in this fucking game. Nigga, you could die in this ring. So why the fuck you trying to be friends with these niggas in the first place? But what's going on, my brother D High?
What's up, man? I seen Shakur Stevenson ticket prices on sale for these Chick-fil-A prices.
Nigga, nigga, my hoodies
Oh
cost more than
shit.
this nigga ticket sales, bro. What the fuck? What are we doing here?
I'm honestly mad that I don't have a flight scheduled to Vegas because I'm like, damn, I could actually get some good seats for under $300. I could be sitting next to Mark
Nigga,
Wahlberg and shit.
you could catch the sweat, nigga, for 550, nigga. You
Everybody
probably
said,
get that shit
"Oh,
for 200 at the door. Fucking one of the niggas who be talking about, I got the tickets, I got the tickets for sale, I got the tickets. You sell me front row
honestly,
tickets for 200 in a
They
blunt,
might need they might need to start giving away tickets to homeless people just to make up on the back end for some tax write-offs because this shit is horrible. Niggas ain't going to see this shit.
on
Ain't
a
nobody going to
Thursday,
see this
bro.
shit.
Like,
Oh
bro,
my
they
god.
per. I honestly, I feel like Top Rank is purposely hindering this nigga's career.
People been saying that, but my thing is, where does he plan to go after this? Because even if he becomes a free agent, there's no guarantee that any of the fights people want to see him in that he takes.
Nigga, it's not even just about the fight if he takes. It's like I feel like he's in a position where it's like he working with some niggas that made him. Jay Prince and Bob Arum. Yeah, you got the skills and talent, but nigga, we the one who signed the fucking check. And I feel like he's afraid to go against that, so he just ride with the wave, hoping to get better because they put a little money in his pocket.
I mean, that's fine. And if he's afraid to part ways with Jay Prince because of personal reasons or out of fear, that's just business. That's something he's gonna have to get over. There's like you don't have to
Nigga,
have a lifetime.
he seen one of Jay Prince's folks clap a nigga in front of him, bro, and
Okay,
they
well, I
seen how they
mean,
protecting that dude. So I feel like he like, nah, I'ma just Ride with this nigga to the end of my career.
Well, then he gonna be like AJ. You gonna have a lifetime deal. And somebody always gonna have power over you. It's okay to need management when you have no business experience, when you're new to the game. But after you build your profile, because you fighting, Jay Prince not fighting. It's okay to say now I appreciate your managerial services, but I'm gonna go my own route. It's not disrespectful to do that. So he doesn't understand that business don't gotta be permanent. Business relationship lasts as long as it's
D,
necessary.
are you understanding what I'm saying? D Hive. There's
I get it. He's
business,
fucking
and then
scared.
there's street business, nigga. You see what they did to Floyd, nigga? They pulled up with the baseball bat, started whooping on Leonard Ellaby and shit. I need them racks, nigga. They got that shit up
Man,
out of him too. So
yeah, okay. Well, I mean,
you know,
all that stuff is very well, but that's something Shakur gonna have to get past, or he gonna be in the same situation. Because let me tell you, not everybody is afraid of Jay Prince. You're not gonna. I really don't think that he's gonna bully people like Tank into compliance. If Tank 90-10 his ass, then that's what he's gonna have to take.
he said that shit dead. Yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it. It's 2023, man. Get lawyered up and get you some security.
Like you gonna be scared of this one dude forever? Like you really gonna walk the earth being afraid of this nigga for your whole life? Like, come on, bro. like get
But you
over
know,
it.
but you get where I'm coming from though. Like not just on the street shit, on like the guy he put money in his pockets and put him in this position. So it's kind of hard to break away from that when this is the only thing that you know.
That's fine, but he's making Jay Prince money as well, and Jay Prince don't have to risk his ass to get it. So that's the way you got to count that. How much money has Jay Prince made compared to how much money he's made you, considering the labor you have to put in? So that's whatever. And
This nigga
also,
Jay
I'm pretty
Prince, he funny as hell. He an old head for real. He be at the Shakur Stevenson fights with the motherfucking the old ass iPod headphones. You know how niggas used to have one in their ear and the other one just hanging. And nigga
yeah.
be on this fucking BlackBerry just sitting there, not even looking at Shakur fighting, just like, yeah, check coming, fuck it. It's like
All right,
he's just residual income to this nigga, basically. Not really. I don't know, man. It's crazy, dog. I just feel like Jay Prince is not putting enough into Shakur Stevenson to make him a boxing superstar.
no, I mean, Jay Prince said what he said about the Devin Haney deal. He was like, "Oh, they pricing themselves out the game," and I'm like, "Okay, what makes you think you deserve the big piece of chicken?" Because the reality is, nobody has to fight you. You got no belt, you got no leverage, and clearly you ain't moving no units like that. Because look at what is happening right now. You on sale for a fucking McChicken and some fries. So it's like, what
Look,
is we talking about?
look at this guy. He talking about Devin want the easy route fighting Regis, old man. So Regis is an old man now.
Regis magically became an old man. It's crazy how Devin was gonna lose until the paperwork got signed. That's wild. And then Regis
I
Prograis is the
know,
same
right?
age. Regis Prograis is the same age as the best fighter in the world right now. So you telling me it's time to break out the walkers and shit in the Metamucil? Like, come on now. If you think Devin Haney's gonna win, that's fine. That's your problem. And you don't like that, that's your problem. That's your personal preference. But
I
it
hope
is
y'all
what it
said the
is.
same about Frank Martin. With the Frank Martin situation, how I feel about that is that he basically did the same thing Shakur Stevenson did. He said, I know my worth, and this is not enough to be fighting on a Thursday night against the guy I can possibly lose against.
Right. And my thing is, if
And
you
folks
saying
gonna
Frank
consider that a
Martin
duck.
ducks,
Is it a duck? Hmm?
yeah, if you
Yeah.
say if you saying Frank Martin duck, then you gotta say
Then
Shakur
you
duck.
got
That is what it is.
yeah, that's what I said. Is it a duck? Yeah, but you gotta say Shakur Stevenson a duck too. So it's like, and then when you say stuff like that, folks be like, nah, man, nah. Besides my guy Tay, he agreed. He said, yeah, I agree. They're both
Cause,
ducks. But
cause
it's
that's the thing. Like people try to hold me accountable. I had no problem saying Frank Martin was a duck. Y'all had a problem saying Shakur Stevenson was a duck, and the only distinction was, well, Shakur was a former champion. Okay, that he was in the same exact situation. He was a contender, just like Frank. He got offered a title shot, and he said no. The real difference was Frank Martin wasn't in line to get no goddamn title at the time. He wasn't around to get no goddamn title because Haney hadn't recessed yet.
yep. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my dude, Renaissance Dad. My dude Shelton LDBC or nothing. He said, y'all remember when Wilder fought Ortiz? Y'all said Wilder was afraid of him. And when the Ortiz fight was signed, they immediately said Ortiz was 50 years old. Dog,
Literally,
what's crazy? I
always
feel like
happens.
that after because I remember during the buildup, folks were saying that, oh, Wilder's going to get his ass knocked the fuck out because Ortiz knows how to box. He's a southpaw. I remember that. I remember Windmill Wilder. That's when Windmill Wilder was trending fucking crazy because they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna lose against this guy. Look at him. Look at him against Gerald
Wait,
Washington. He's
Lil
gonna
Space is saying that Haney fought Loma off of a bad performances. He had two back-to-back ass beatings. What is you talking about? He knocked out Nakatani and then he absolutely smoked Comey. So what is you talking about? Oh, you talking about with the Jermaine Ortiz situation? Is that what you're talking about?
no, he talking about
He's
no,
off
he's
a
talking
bad
about Wilder
performance. I'm
when he
like,
fought Ortiz.
no, no, I'm talking about Lil Space. It was a comment earlier. He was
Oh
talking about, oh, Loma coming off a bad performance. I'm like, that's your perception because you believe that Loma may have lost to Jermaine Ortiz. You snitching on yourself because the dude hadn't. It was a huge like the dude hadn't had a close situation since the TFMO incident. So you snitching on yourself. You believe the Jermaine Ortiz fight was close. That's your personal perception.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Crazy.
you tell it on yourself because a lot of people say he cleared Jermaine with ease, but you that's you because I mean he got a unanimous decision. So I mean you saying it's a close fight, nigga, you got to you do. I mean so over Jermaine. So hey, that's you. That's your personal opinion.
Hey,
You
hey, keep
believe
on
that Loma
cooking. I
struggled.
got a phone call.
Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, man, but this shit, yeah, but no, it always happens like that. People like to pick and choose. People like to pick and choose, and yeah, and it's crazy because they try to write people off after a after a bad performance, but then people will say Loma actually beat Haney. So it's like, okay, so if you believe that, why is the Regis fight a bad fight? It's another southpaw. Regis is larger, has definitely hits harder than Lomachenko. There's more risk there, so it's like, what's the problem? How you gonna say, oh, Haney didn't even beat Loma, but then Regis is a cherry pick because of age and a shoddy performance? He didn't beat Loma, right? So what's the issue? I don't understand how you can penalize fighters for going into situations where the probability that they could lose is high. That's the epitome of a fighter that's doing their job, putting on exciting fights where you're not guaranteed they're gonna win. Meanwhile, other guys around the same weight classes are pushed to take guaranteed ass dubs. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. The bullshit's got to end at some point. What's up, NJMP? Shit. I don't know. Charlo better fucking stop Jose Benavidez because Jesus Lord. And then he's training with Roy Jones. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. I mean, Charlo ideally should get him out of there within 8 rounds. That's what he needs to where I even start remotely looking at him as any kind of serious fighter. Anything less than that, if this should even go the distance, I can't even talk about it. Tell me why there were two fights with undefeated guys this past week and we can't get the top. Hey, people, people are worried. People want to get their ends, but also it's because boxing fans are incredibly fickle. You lose one fight depending on who you are, and they try to write you off forever. And then, especially if you're someone who loses a controversial decision, other guys who may not want to fight you, who know they don't beat you, will use that as an excuse to stay away from you, no matter how much you achieve, no matter who you fight. Like, for example, imagine Boots takes an L right now. Everybody would use that loss to justify not fighting him. Nope, he took an L to this dude. It's over. I don't need to fight him. Da, 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 da. So, it's shit like that. Yeah, Jamal looked fucking crazy. Um, I mean, Jose Benavidez is trash, though. Jose Benavidez is certified garbage. He got stopped by Terrence Crawford. He got danced on by Danny Garcia. He barely throws. He fights with his hands down. Charlo should be able to stop him, but we gotta see. Um, yeah. And like, okay, with the Southpaw thing, people are gonna keep saying that, but I don't know how many times I have to reiterate it. Even Southpaws struggle with other Southpaws. Sometimes it's not necessarily a skill gap; it's an experience gap. Southpaws not automatically more skilled fighters. There are just fewer Southpaws. Like like look at the moments in Lomachenko versus Jermaine Ortiz when Jermaine Ortiz flipped southpaw. It's fucking complicated. Look at Jamal Charlo versus Montiel. The reason why I went the distance is because Montiel kept turning southpaw because this is a different look. Most people don't get that much practice. And look at the fight he had with fuck, I'm blanking on the goddamn name, the Russian guy. Um, uh, Yeah, but people kept saying, "Oh, Jamal Charlo lost to that guy. He didn't lose. He just struggled a little bit because again, you have to adjust. You have to adjust to the southpaw, Korborov. Yeah. So people are gonna keep saying that, but it is what it is. Like I'm pretty sure if like look, I keep having to reiterate. Look at Jamel Herring's career. All of Jamel Herring's losses have come via southpaws, and no one keeps saying, "Oh, he struggles with southpaws." Like it's just like stop it. And every time he fights a southpaw, he adds to a southpaw toolkit and develops just like most fighters do. So it is what it is. It's the money, and then it's also the prospect of future earnings as well. Jose Benavidez called out Errol Spence. Okay, I mean, considering how Jose Benavidez's career has aged, what would Errol Spence have gained by entertaining that shit? If he puts hands on Charlo, then what? Then what? Charlo has been inactive for 2 years. He's not even fighting at 160. He left fucking Ronnie Shields to go train with Roy Jones. Anything can happen at this point. He's been battling mental health demons like fucking Tiafimo. You think we expect some shit out of him? Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to say the least heading into this. But and that's another thing. You guys keep saying Haney struggles with southpaws, but then you guys also keep saying that Regis is a cherry pick. You gotta pick because if someone is purposely picking fights in which they're going to struggle, then how can you talk shit against that? I mean, what the fuck? Because it's not the southpaw you like the most. When did Regis become trash? Like Regis's limitations have always been what they are. But and look at Regis for example. Regis fucked around and got beat by Josh Taylor, another southpaw. Regis is a southpaw. Southpaw struggles with southpaws. Like, come on, y'all. Look at fucking Josh Taylor versus Regis and then Josh Taylor versus Catterall. Every single time Josh Taylor's been in a situation where he struggled his ass off, it's been with a southpaw. Sans Tiafimo, of course. Because Tiafimo's fucking Tiafimo got over on him. The dude was inactive. He had just got married. He was getting that booty, so he was off duty. Niggas get real soft when they get into some shit. They're like, oh my god, surrounded by a baby, I love you, and you're forgetting you're in a combat sport. The nigga fucked around and got his ass whooped because he lost focus. That's why most fighters don't be having their women in the camp so they can goddamn focus. So that's what that is. I mean, I hope Regis would brutalize those two because he's a weight class above. I would definitely hope so. That'd be some embarrassing shit if they were able to do something to him. You know. Uh, well, I mean, hey, you can say that, but Regis does jab. His head movement is predictable because that's what he knows, but he compensates for that with raw punching power. If he clocks you, you're in trouble, and that includes Devin. It like this me, I'm a Devin Haney fan. I'm the chairman of the Devin Haney fan union, and I believe that this is a dangerous fight. I believe this is a fight where if Haney's not taking him seriously, he will lose. I believe this is bordering on more dangerous than Lomachenko. Lomachenko's best asset that he throws a lot of punches and he moves off angle and he does a lot of veteran tactics on the inside. Regis's X factor is raw punching power. He hits very, very hard at 140. So it's like it's trade off.
Man. So I think Devin Undisputed Reign is heavily overrated, but I do respect him.
Okay,
Nigga,
well,
hell
hey,
no.
Shakur should have fought him. That's what I said. Why Shakur should have fought him, and then we
Yeah,
wouldn't be
let's
having
talk
this
about
conversation.
Shakur and Tank's undisputed run and Teal's
Oh,
undisputed run. Exactly. Them niggas
oh,
don't got none.
right. And also, why is there no pressure? I mean, I know the real answer, but how come y'all are not pushing Shakur in Tank's direction or vice versa? Are them two niggas just not supposed to put in any actual work? Like, I just, like, I like, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, how come they're exempt from pretty much all criticism and then Devin Haney, no matter what, he's the guy who needs to do more. He tried to fight them niggas, but y'all say he didn't deserve shit. So there you have it. They're not that far apart, Tay. I don't believe that Regis, Prograde, and Lomachenko are that far apart, especially when you account for Regis's power application. So, I mean, you can argue that Lomachenko has a higher IQ because he does more things. But to be honest, Lomachenko is just a pressure fighter when you think about it. And we've seen his limitations on three different occasions by three different caliber of fighters. We've seen him beat by average fighters, we've seen him beat by good fighters, and we've seen him beat by great fighters. So it's, we've only seen Regis struggle against a dude that people said could fuck with Terrence Crawford, even though I always thought that was some bullshit. But, no, they're not that far apart. Look at their careers; they're not that far apart. Put Regis in any situation against the people that Lomachenko fought at 135. I promise you, they're not that far apart. In fact, Regis definitely wouldn't have lost to no fucking Salido. I'll tell you that. So that's incorrect information. Regis would not have lost to no fucking Salido. I don't give a fuck if it's his first fight or his second fight. That shit don't even matter. And you think Regis would lose to Teofimo right now? Do you really? Like Tiafimo, this is as big as he's ever been. This is the best he's ever been. Give me Regis versus Tiafimo, and I'll show you why they're not that far apart. I will. I guarantee Regis will show you why they're not that far apart. That's an argument you can make, but technically Regis didn't lose that fight. That's an argument you can make, but he didn't. So if you have to go against the facts to prove your point, there's a flawed argument there. He didn't actually lose that fight. That's up to Devin. If Devin wants to come back down to 135, then hey, it is what it is. But that's up to him. And the thing is, you can't say that Devin will make this fight look easier simply because of the circumstances surrounding Regis's recent career. If Devin wins this fight, it's because he was more than likely already going to. So you can't just say, "Oh, he's only going to win because of these circumstances as of late." It's like Regis already has a fucking loss. he already has lost. Like he been lost. So you can't say, "Oh, well, now Devin Haney is going to be like." No, stop it. Hey, I personally like Raven Murataya. I like Murataya. I like what he's doing. I like how he's moving. And I think I think once Devin finally comes off the belts, he should get a crack at the title. That's only fair. That's only fair. I like him. You know, no, I agree.
So
I
so
agree with
what you
that.
so what you saying, D Hive? You think Devin should stay at 135
No,
or just relinquish all those belts? I think he should just say fuck all them belts.
yeah, come off the
But I feel
belts.
like
I
he's
mean,
trying to use
I
it as a bargaining chip against Javante, but it's like at this point niggas don't even give a fuck now. It's like, bro, you might as well just meet him like at 140.
once he gets the belt from Regis, I believe he should come up off 135 and let that division breathe some. Because there's no need to occupy two. There's not no need to occupy two slots. I think he's holding that in case something goes wrong with the Regis fight, so he can have something to fall back on. Because Haney knows that if he's out here with no belts, the incentive to fight him is zero. He knows that if he has no fucking belts, he gonna be in the same situation as Jerron Ennis. There's no point in fighting you. Why?
And
You
Wilder.
like Right. Yeah, exactly. He's going to be asked out. So he's trying to make sure he has his hands on the strap at all times because he knows that if he got nothing, you're not getting no fights. People ain't got no fucking incentive, and which I think is smart.
That makes sense. Now that you put it that way, that definitely makes sense. That makes a lot of
Because
sense.
think about it. Look, I mean, look at niggas. Look at Shakur. Look at fucking Keyshawn. Look at Abdullah Mason. Look at Murataya. Look at Boots. Look at Wilder. These are all people that are very talented, very dangerous, could be champions, but they got no belts. So it's like, nigga, if you ain't got no, what's the point? What's the point? Why am I taking a difficult lick for very little reward? Like, no, there's no point. I mean, the fight was close because that's what happens when you have two skilled people. And, Haney is not a natural puncher, so Haney's going to have to rely more on his boxing acumen to get out of sticky situations. It's very difficult when you can't punch your way out of tough shit. Like, there are like people like Betterbeer, people like Tank, they'll have difficult fights, and then all of a sudden their opponent will just go to sleep. Is what it is. So, Shakur somehow loses. I think he's definitely dropping the belts top of next year because he said he wants Tank at 140. Honestly, shit, I think if Shakur would have lose to De Los Santos, I think that might make Devin go even harder. Be like, nigga, look at this shit. Now I definitely want to fight some shit like that. I don't know.
Bro, I swear, I don't want. I really, as much shit as I talk about Shakur, I don't want him to lose. But man, oh man, if he get hurt in that fight, dog, or it looks bad, or if he robs the nigga, like, oh my god, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real
If
hard.
if he
Take
even gets
headphones.
touched, I promise they're gonna kick me off Twitter again. If he even gets touched, because I'm gonna go off because these niggas say, "Oh my God, Devin Haney, the chinless wonder." If this nigga gets so much as rocked, it's over with. They're gonna kick me off again because I swear I'm going off.
Same here because you know why? Because it's like you niggas. I like Shakur, but it's different when you niggas start saying things like this nigga will beat Sugar Ray Robinson and Floyd Mayweather and shit like that. And Devin Haney, he gonna knock him out easy. It's like, bro, if you feel that way, I gotta see it. But if I'm just seeing this nigga have these fucking fights with these nobodies, I ain't gonna put him on that ghost status.
Pop with the drop. If Shakur gets dropped, it's done. I'm going in because Haney ain't never been dropped yet. Haney never been dropped yet, and people say Haney has no chin to this day. They say he's chinless, he's trash, he can't punch. I'm like, okay, cool. So if the people you like are out here getting dropped, you look stupid. So if Shakur gets dropped or even buzzed, all that bullshit about Linares is over with. Because again, this is De Los Santos here. De Los Santos is not some 3 division champion. This is a nigga that got his first L to a nigga that just lost. Like the fucking what's his name? Like last weekend, the guy who beat him, William Foster the third, like just lost. So it's like he's not getting beat up by. I mean, he's getting beat up by people that like aren't particularly special. So if Shakur in here looking crazy against this nigga, because that Ryo shit, you can talk about it, but Ryo is a fucking prospect. Okay, that boy is a prospect. I'm not saying he's not skilled. But let's not try to act like De Los Santos is some super duper certified nigga for getting over on Ryo when Cobra got over on Ryo. I think Cobra robbed him, but I mean, still, look at the work that was put in. So it's
And
like, come
then,
on, like,
I was watching that Santos fight, and I ain't gonna lie, I was looking at it. I was like, man, this guy is cool, but I just don't see him beating Shakur at all
I don't think he's
because
going to.
there's certain things that he were doing in that fight that I've seen, and I'm like, man, Shakur definitely will capitalize off that. But one
He,
thing I did notice is that he do got some decent pop, and if Shakur tries to make it his fight without playing smart, he's gonna get touched. Not saying he gonna lose, but he might get touched.
De Los Santos is very uncoordinated. His attack is very wild. It's predictable. He usually comes forward in a straight line. He can be disrupted by a jab, but he's going to counters. Now, his last fight was good. He was jabbing, taking his time, etc. However, if he comes in trying to box Shakur skill for skill, he's going to fucking dance to a boring ass loss. So hopefully he gets in there and disrupts rhythm and gets buck wild like he was with Ryo. That's his best opportunity. Because if he comes in looking at Shakur, trying to jab his way in and trade them jab for jab, that's what Shakur lives for. Shakur lives for fighting at a super slow, controlled pace because he's rhythmic. You disrupt that, you got a shot. You go with the flow. He just gonna dance around you. You're not gonna do shit. So I hope De Los Santos understands that.
This nigga Dos Santos, what I liked about him in that Ryo fight, he got on Ryo's ass immediately.
Right? He didn't give him no chance to breathe. Like nah, fuck all that jab and shit. Come here. Like,
Right.
he got right
It's like
on him.
literally the first punch he threw was like a 3 punch combination. And Ryo was
Exactly.
looking crazy because he was looking crazy as hell. Like, oh shit, like you wasn't supposed to do that. You were supposed to give me a couple seconds. Like, nah, nigga, you fight somebody different now. What do you think he gonna get on that with Shakur?
I sincerely hope so because not every style is good for every fighter. He fought the last guy he fought trying to showcase his boxing skill. Okay, cool. That's great that you have that in reserve for in situations where you need that. This person is clearly a better boxer than you. So why the fuck would you try to fight them at what they're best at? I can't stand that going into matchups when people that are clear, there's a clear skill gap in one area and you pick that area to try to excel against the person that's proven to be better than you. That's fucking dumb. Go in and disrupt rhythm. Disrupt rhythm, body head. Jab when you have to, of course. You should always try to jab, but if you don't get it off, wide hooks to the body and the head. Get him against the ropes. Do what you do. Hit him while he's trying to pivot off the ropes. I mean, we've seen Oscar Valdez have some success there.
We did, and we also after that we heard that nigga Cap say he ain't never been hurt before the fight. And then call on tape saying, "Yeah, Valdez hurt me, but nobody noticed though."
Right. Tank is the black version of Canelo. He gets zero respect. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go that far. Tank is doing what Tank is doing, and honestly, with the situation, like I personally would like Tank to fight his contemporaries because I expect that of all top level fighters. I want him to fight his contemporaries, same as I've always wanted Canelo to fight his contemporaries. But again, as we've seen how niggas get treated when they make big fights and sacrifice shit. They don't get treated with any respect. No one gives a shit. We've seen it with Wilder. We're seeing it with Spence. We've seen it with Haney. So it's like Tank is like, what the fuck is the point of me doing all this shit if you guys are just gonna shit on me after I make the fight? But people like the Ryan Garcia shit, so he's like, fuck it. Why would I do something different? Why would I deviate from the path that's working to give fans what they want when fans are not going to respect it? That's where his brain is at. And honestly, I can't really hate on it. All I can
Yeah,
do is talk about what I personally desire.
I know. And then stuff like that kind of make me look at Steven Espinosa a certain type of way, because Steven Espinosa be talking all this shit about certain fighters and all that shit, but he knew that Ryan Garcia versus Tank was a fucking sham. Let's be real. That nigga can't fight. He got all this energy to make that fight, but he ain't trying to send no paperwork over to Bill Haney. What's up with that shit?
Well, that's a different situation. I mean, number one, there was a lot of money, but number two, Tank wanted to fight Ryan Garcia. Tank pursued Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia, make no mistake about it, he ducked Tank. When they first went on the Mike Tyson podcast, Tank said, "Let's set it up." Ryan fucking took 2 years off and then went to 140. So they offered the contract at 135. Ryan took 2 years off. He's modeling, gaining weight, doing all this bullshit, and he never went back down to lightweight. Tank had to chase him up and then offer him a catch weight of 136 just so he had an opportunity to make weight. So the only reason why
And
Espinoza
on top of that, he
did,
couldn't even meet. He told that nigga meet rehydration clause. That's crazy. Like, we got to really look at that. I know a lot of black folks, we kind of turn side out on that shit because it's like, it's Tank. Well, we gotta look at that shit for what it is. This nigga put a rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia, nigga. What the fuck?
I mean,
You
hey,
were
Ryan
confident enough
Garcia
to
is.
beat that nigga at 140 solid?
I mean, Ryan Garcia is a big ass dude. I mean, Canelo does the rehydration clause shit. People keep comparing Tank to Canelo. You know, it is what it is. I can't hate on him too much because you got motherfuckers running around doing the same shit. So I mean, hey, not a lot could be done. I mean, the fight's over. Like I said, I hope that he fights his contemporaries because, like, I don't like fighters. I like it gets boring after a while seeing niggas just breeze through and get guaranteed dubs. Like, I don't want to see Boots murder 13 more people. Like, like I don't want to see him just watch 13 more people. Like, no, it's time for you to get some opposition so we can see how deep your skill set really is and actually find out who the best is. So it's yeah, like even Haney. I want Haney to fight Shakur. I've been wanting Haney to fight Tank. I've been wanting Haney to fight these people because he been clearing dudes the same way, and I want him more. I want it to be more interesting. So that's why I always advocate
What
for
you
those
what you
fights.
think about this Regis fight though? Do you think it's a good addition to his resume? Because I'm hearing a lot of folks talk shit and say, "Oh well, Regis ain't that nigga like that no more." Because he really lost to Josh Taylor.
Okay. I think this is an excellent addition to his resume because Lomachenko is the same age as Regis Prograis. He's a southpaw. He hits hard, gets knockouts, very skilled, and y'all said Haney lost to him. So the fact that Haney is going to another fighter who's also a southpaw, hits hard, gets lots of knockouts too, and after y'all said he lost to the previous one at a smaller weight class, that's a real fighter right there. He's going into the same high risk situation that y'all just said he lost, and he's doing it against a bigger puncher. What more can you ask for? He tried to fight this nigga Shakur. He tried. He offered him a contract. Shakur wasn't happy with the bread, and y'all said that he ran. Okay, great. Cool. Good. Tank has been doing whatever the fuck Tank wants to do. He's had some legal issues. He's been fighting Ryan Garcia and Hector Garcia and the whole fucking Garcia family. So you can't say that Haney's been ducking Tank because Tank been running around doing whatever the fuck Tank want to do. So like, I mean, like, what the fuck?
What you think about Regis Prograis though? Do you think like have you been hearing the stuff he's been saying about Devin Haney's upbringing and his whole mindset coming into the fight about Devin can't punch and all that shit?
Yeah, I understand, Tay. That's completely fair. And as far as Regis's comments on Devin Haney's upbringing, let me tell y'all something. Regis is a 35-year-old two-time champion. In his last two fights after taxes, he probably didn't get over $1 million. He is literally not used to the spotlight. He is most famous for losing to Josh Taylor. He's never sold a big fight in his life, and this is the single biggest fight he's ever had, despite being a two-time champion. So he's just saying whatever. He's saying whatever he sees on Twitter. He's saying whatever other dumb niggas are saying, like, oh, well, you can't punch. Lomachenko beat you. You grew up with your daddy at home and you had a lot of money. So that
You don't think
means
he
I'm
personally
better.
feels that
Like,
way
nigga,
about Devin?
shut the fuck up.
You don't think he
Huh?
personally feels that way about Devin though?
I know he does. Every nigga that didn't grow up with enough to eat hates niggas with good that come from good families. Like that's how it always happens, bruh. But let me tell y'all something. If poverty equated to boxing skill, Lomachenko would still be undefeated. That nigga is from Ukraine. Ukraine is currently in fucking shambles right now. Lomachenko's extended family is eating gunpowder for dinner, and that nigga has three losses. So this whole, oh well, I'm from the streets and I'm from the nigga, shut that weak shit up. Don't nobody fucking care. Plenty of niggas that have been born in poverty have been washed off of the map in this boxing game. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. Okay, Floyd is from fucking Michigan, and he didn't beat up half of Mexico. Let me tell you, I'd rather live in Detroit, Michigan, at any point in history than Juarez, Mexico, at any point in history. I promise you that. so, so,
Exactly.
so all that poverty bullshit, get out the way. It has nothing to do. There have been plenty of niggas who've said I'm from the streets and I whoop your ass because I'm not. Guess what? I'm still here. So, whatever.
But shit, hey, I gotta go. I gotta go get back to my family. I'm gonna holler at you guys. We gonna do this
Hey,
shit
for sure.
again.
Congratulations, by the way.
Oh yeah, thanks, brother. Everybody shop Artman Apparel for the best boxing merch in boxing. ArtmanApparel.com.
All right, thanks for having me up. You have a good one.